Morning, it's Friday morning. It's really early and we've had a lot of instant coffee in our life, and today we need to go for real. We got a long walk back this morning. It's going to take about an hour to get there and kind of get to where this creek I'm going to walk down to intersects with the creek that turkey was on last night, and then hopefully we hear something gobbling back there. Can't believe he's the only one back there, just based on how much land is back there and creek bottom and everything. Hopefully that's true, because it's going to take almost an hour to get back there. Our second morning here in Indiana, and it took almost an hour to get here. It's about 48 degrees, heavy overcast. So I don't know when gobble time's going to be, but it's legal time right now. Even though if you look up at the sky, it's not very bright. So we'll see what we hear here. All right, I've heard a gobble. It was way out there, and I believe it's to my left. I don't think I can get across the creek right here. Crap. Left up here is where my bird was last night. So the question was, in the last 2.5 hours before he was to fly up, where did he go? If I go up, I'm stuck on a cliff for a long time. I have got to, I think, get across the creek. Otherwise, I'm stuck up high on this side of the creek because there's a sheer cliff I walked next to last night. And this is why I wore my knee boots. Because I had a feeling we're going to play creek games. Now if I can find a nice deer trail or something. Let's see. We're going to cover just a little bit of ground and then stop to listen. Oh, look at this. We got a little road. I'll take that. We'll turn you off and try to develop this a little more. I heard him again. We've covered a bunch of ground, but it didn't seem like I got closer per se. Those owls don't give it a break once in a while. We're almost halfway to the spot where he was last night. I thought I should have started cheating this way when I first got back to the T intersection. I just heard gobble again. Sounded like I went the wrong way. I swear the last gobble I heard was back that way, back the way I came. That was definitely back this way. I missed him somehow. He could be up one of these side hills somewhere too. And that it's messing with me. Daggone it. I'm a quarter mile from the T intersection or so. That might explain why it seemed like I didn't get any closer to him. He could be up one of these substantial draws that go up the sides. But if he's anywhere near that T intersection, I don't know. We'll move. We're moving. I've been standing here dumbfounded and confused. And I still am. But I think I heard a gobble that almost sounded like maybe he's on the ground at a long way off. Which in this vegetation might only mean 400. Yesterday I struck the bird at 300 and I heard him clearly. So 500 is also a possibility. I'm hoping that this ATV trail or whatever continues down the creek I want to go down. We'll go up another couple 100 yards and listen. Well, I'm as confused now as ever. I started the morning right over here. Thought I heard him that way, started closing ground, didn't seem to get any closer. Then I thought I heard one back this way. I got nothing. I can't raise him on a call. So, I think the plan is I'll go back this way where that guy was last night, do some calling, maybe sit a little while and call, and then start working back down this way. Because I probably got 3/4 of a mile of creek bottom this way to work, and then go up the hill and call through the woods back to the car eventually. But that'll cover a fair amount of real estate. So I think right now we're just gonna go slow through here, go back up to at least where that guy was yesterday. I don't know. Don't know what happened this morning. I think being in this bottom at the three-way T intersection with big hills all around may have messed up my directions. And a couple of these woodpeckers are on like really hollow trees. They have a real bodyful sound to them versus that kind of high-pitched staccato. It's real earthy or got a good tone to it. Maybe I heard that at a long distance, thinking it was back here, but he's really up here. Because up here was my initial impression this morning. 2 or 3 times that I heard him. So he might be up in here still. I think I'm hearing a distant gobble. It could be a woodpecker. But if it's up on my right, I may be out of luck with the private land being up on top in that direction. Definitely some kind of a noise up there. We shall investigate. It is definitely a turkey gobble. And in that direction, assuming this is correct, we've got a little room to play with here. Well, he's far enough up. I should close some distance. It's pretty open up in here. I've been sitting here wondering if I even know what a gobble sounds like, because that guy has not gobbled at all on my approach, and there was no way he saw or heard me. And I'm wondering, am I listening to woodpeckers? What is going on? Do I even know what a gobble sounds like? Because today I am just chasing ghosts. Then I thought I heard a gobble. Couldn't be sure, but I was thinking I really need to pack up and start heading that direction. And then I heard it again. It was definitely a gobble. That was not a woodpecker. It was a long way away though. I think we're going to try to cover about a quick 300 and see if he'll gobble again on his own. I'm on the side of the hill, so there's nothing but rolls. It's like fingers going downhill, so it's like this as I'm above the main creek bottom down there. We got private up on top, so I'd like to hold this elevation line, not give up too much elevation so I don't have to regain it possibly later. Alright, I just heard a gobble. Finally. Seems like when I stop to listen, he doesn't kick off for a while. I've been chasing. And then when he gobbles, he's still just as far away as he ever was. This gobble was a little closer. But it was close enough at this point where he might be able to hear the box call. He's been so far away. I don't know if it could be any louder in here. I thought the camera was on, but it wasn't. He's answered me 3 times. He's still out there a little ways. I'd love to be forward a little bit, but I'm not convinced as to where. I'd like that ridge to be in range. It's just barely out right now. I'd love to move 10 yards forward. He's answered me 3 times and he hit that crow. After he gobbled and let me know where he was, I went ahead and moved it forward just that little bit to put the far ridge in range. I'm not sure what happened here, or why that joker stopped gobbling. Clearly he went away. When I moved from back there to here, he was still in the same spot. So I've stood up and glassed through the brush, and I think I can see a ridge, a little bit of ridge over there, but he didn't sound like he was on that little ridge. He didn't sound like he was 100 yards away. He sounded like he was $150 or more. And there's nothing back there, so I don't know how he saw me. There's no way he heard me from that distance, so I don't know. But I do know these Indiana birds are kicking my butt. This is the 4th time that I've been on a bird and something's gone awry. I don't know if I showed it yesterday, but I bumped the bird first thing in the morning. That was my fault. He was gobbling. He was just, I thought he was further away. He was gobbling like away from me and downhill. And I thought he was across the little drainage facing me. So I thought he was significantly further than he was. So that's on me. If I just would have sat down right there and called, he was within 70 yards already. But I thought he was $150, $125 on the other side through all the green stuff, but he wasn't. But later that morning on the way out from that area, I was just walking back toward the car, hitting the box call, walking the top of a ridge, and all of a sudden a turkey goes running off, and I thought it was running in hot coming uphill to the ridge I was on. So I squatted down, and I don't know if I showed it or not, but I squatted down and sat there, and it didn't appear. And then I realized what I saw through the weeds was that bird getting out of there, not coming uphill to me. So that's twice. And then yesterday evening, late afternoon, early evening, 5 o'clock bird or so, flew across the creek and came up on my left. It was funny, this morning, that ATV trail went on my right, so I don't know why he crossed the creek and didn't come up that ATV trail. Instead, he went through the woods on my left. If he would have come on my right, I would have seen him plenty good, but maybe that's why he went to the left, where I couldn't see him. But this guy, I have no idea. I've been trying to figure out why he's just shut off. I don't think it's likely that he just has hens with him and they've walked off, because he just stopped gobbling too. I mean, he was gobbling on his own, and then he was answering me. He answered me like 4 times in a row over a span of 5 or 10 minutes. Anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Hang out here and maybe continue my plan for the morning, which is I'm basically now above the T intersection of the creeks down there. So this guy here was about 600 yards from where I messed with that bird last night. So very likely same bird. He might be very smart. He's definitely smarter than me. So he might be a real good one if you were to get him. But I'm above that T intersection, so if I go a little further out this way, there's a road, and I know there's a road because I saw the access on the other side. It's just not a public access. The road goes down in here. So I'm going to follow that road back down to the creek and take the creek down to the end and then pop back up somewhere. And I don't know, I'm at about 3.5 miles right now, so it's probably going to take me another 3 to get back to the car, and I guess I'm not in a hurry to get back to the car. I do think there's another bird further down this creek. If this one's been over here, there's got to be another one further down, I think. I would think, unless he's already been got. I'm going to drink some Fit Aid, but I need some First Aid to patch me up from getting my butt kicked so much. I decided I didn't want to just sit right where I was. I wanted to come up to this knob, kind of a spine down to the creek, and maybe listen into an area that is maybe a different bird's territory or something. I don't know. I just found this access road I've been looking for, and it gobbled somewhere out here. I wanted to be up here because you got a lot of drainages over here. If I get down to this access road, I can move quietly. I see him. Yeah, I think he sees me. He does. Caught it. Got it. He pegged me. That's 5 times. 5. I think he was just out of range too. Yeah. It looked like he was angling up toward me, so he was just out of range. That's 5 times. You've got to be kidding me. I knew he was down there. I didn't realize he was just coming right across. 5 times. Not that I'm keeping count, but this is getting ridiculous this season. This is ridiculous. If you like this series of videos, and I hope you like this video. I know they're a little long this year. We'll probably have to work on that next year. But anyway, if you like these videos, give us that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down there, and as always, thanks for watching.